13, 14, 15, again, they want you to write the equation of the line. Sometimes they will give you the graph, and sometimes they'll just give you 2 points. If you have the graph, obviously, you can just count the slope. If you don't, you have to use the slope formula. But again, we're just saying y equals mx plus b. On these ones, the y-intercept isn't going to be marked, and so we'll have to substitute in like we did on the previous couple problems ahead of that. And so we're going to first just start out and do our slope. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So y is going to equal 3/5 x plus some number b that we're going to figure out. You can use either of those 2 points, doesn't matter which one you use. If I have one in quadrant 1, I usually use that one just because then I have positive numbers. So this point here happens to be at 1, 6. So if I put 1 in for x, 6 in for y, 6 is going to equal 3/5 plus b then, right? I have to take 6 and subtract my 3/5. The quick way, since this is a nice whole number, is just take the denominator times that whole number, and then of course subtract the numerator. So 5 times 6 is 30. 30 minus 3 gives me 27/5 for my answer for b, right? If you really wanted to make all the equivalent fractions and stuff, you could, but that's your shortcut. If this is a nice whole number, just multiply the denominator times your whole number and then subtract. My equation then, since that's really what they want, y equals, my slope was 3/5, so y equals 3/5 x, my y-intercept, 27/5. If you have the graph, it's kind of nice just to double check. 27/5 as a mixed number would be 5 and 2/5. So does it look like it crossed that 5 and 2/5? Well, yeah, it's somewhere between 5 and 6 anyway. At least my answer looks like it's a logical answer. Number 14, they don't give us a graph, so we have to start out, since we want to find our slope, by using the slope formula. So, my y value from point 2 minus my y value from point 1, I would do -4 minus 1. And on the bottom, if I do my x values, I'm going to have 2 minus my -4. That means my slope's going to end up being -5/6. So now I can say y equals -5/6 x plus some number b. And again, you can use either of those 2 points when you substitute in. Do we want to use the first one or the second one? First one, okay. So if we put our -4 in for our x and our 1 in for our y, 1 is going to equal -5/6 times -4, which would give me (20/6), which reduces down to 10/3, right? So 1 is equal to 10/3 plus b. We have to take 1 and subtract our 10/3 then. And if we take 1 minus 10/3, we would get -7/3. 3 times 1 is 3, and 3 minus 7, or 3 minus 10 is our -7. So my equation, y is going to equal what? -5/6x, and then minus my 7/3, right? Because -5/6 was my slope, -7/3 was my y-intercept. Number 15 wants us to find the equation of the line y equals mx plus b. Looking at our graph, what would our slope be? Negative 4/3. So y is going to equal negative 4/3 x plus b. Which one of those 2 points do you want to use to substitute in? Six two would be right here. This would be 2, 6, right? X first and then the y. So 2, 6. And so, putting 2 in for our x, 6 in for our y, 6 is going to equal -8 thirds plus b. So I have to take 6 and add my 8 thirds. And I would get 26 thirds. 3 times 6 is 18, and 18 plus 8 is 26. So 26 thirds is our y-intercept. Our equation then, y is going to equal
-4/3 x plus 26 thirds.
-4/3 x plus our 26